Do you regret abandoning Leah?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his heraldic texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Did you ever see him again?
Only from afar. From time to time, our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own. After surviving the devastation in Tristram all those years ago, I swore vengeance upon Diablo and his ilk. I've sacrificed everything for it. This is my path, and I will follow it through to its bloody end.
Leah thinks highly of you.
She has a kind heart.
There are worse qualities.
Kindness will not help us survive in these dark times.
Leah is growing powerful.
The power was always within her. Now she's learning to control it.
She is your child.
I do not know where her power comes from. I spent a lifetime studying the ways of magic. It did not come so easily to me. While I was in Tristram, Deckard Cain told me of a black soulstone crafted by a renegade Haradrim. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but later, I realized its true significance. I knew the essences of the 5 slain lords of hell still existed in our world, so I spent the last 20 years locating and preparing them to be drawn into the stone when it was finished.
Finished?
Kuhl was interrupted during his first attempt. Now that the Soul Stone is finally complete, the Lords of Hell have been trapped within it. Know this. I have given everything, even my own blood, my own daughter, so that I could hunt Belial and Azmodan. Do not question my dedication. I have given more than any, and I will give more before the end comes. Controlling the Black Soulstone will be perilous.
Will you need help?
It won't be me who will use it. Only Leah, under my guidance, can wield it. Her power is far greater than mine, and it will ensure our success.
I miss Uncle Deckard so much. It's hard going on without him.
He lives in your memory, Leah. Take comfort in that.
Thank you. I'm going to get back to my research. I'm not sure what I expected it would be like to have my mother back. But it wasn't this. She's different than what I imagined. I can see the toll her mission has exacted from her, just as it had with my uncle.
How did your fall raise the dead? You were an angel.
Not just any angel. I was the Archangel of Justice. My fall awoke the vengeful dead who were slain unjustly during Diablo's reign of terror. There was nothing I could do. As my power left my body, I had absolutely no control over it. Caldeum is the greatest city in the world, the seat of the Empire of Kyrgyzstan.
It's large, I'll give it that.
Its libraries overflow with undeciphered tomes of arcane knowledge. Its streets cover labyrinthine tunnels. It is a city of wonder and mystery. I do not know how these refugees persevere. Their situation is dire, and it seems there is little hope for them. Where do they find the strength to carry on?
They carry on because they must. The only way out of life is death.
I have much to learn.
I've been told you were there for the destruction of Mount Ariat.
Baal, the Lord of Destruction, sought to enslave mankind to the power of hell by corrupting the sacred World Stone. Unthinkable though it was, I was forced to destroy it.
And half the countryside with it.
Understand, friend. that entire worlds burned as heaven and hell fought over the World Stone. Ariad's destruction was regrettable. And believe me, I paid a high cost as well.
You seem to have survived the World Stone's destruction.
The resultant explosion dispersed the light and harmony of my angelic being. Without form or shape, I restored myself within the realm of pandemonium. It took me 20 of your years, but finally, I returned home to the high heavens.
Were your brothers in arms glad for your return?
Hardly. Believing my actions had endangered creation, the Angiras Council put me, the Archangel of Justice, on trial. I knew then that heaven was doomed, unless I could enlist the aid of mankind against the coming onslaught of hell. 300 years ago, I selected Kul and 6 others to form the Horadrim. He was a great man who was driven mad by his long quest to hunt evil.
Why did the Horadrim kill Zoltan Kuhl?
He delved into powers not meant for man, trying to fashion an artifact that could fill his empty heart with the souls of angels and demons. The Horadrim had no choice but to slay him. The Order never recovered.
Have you ever fought Belial?
Not openly. He was never one to lead an army, always in the shadows, much like his mentor Mephisto. He wields intrigue and artifice as proficiently as you wield your weapons.
Caldeum. Did you miss the stink and the pomp?
I told myself I'd never come back here. And yet here I am.
Because of what happened to your father?
Because of what happened to me. Some scars don't heal, and there's no point in scratching at them, is there? The weather doesn't suit me either.
How long has it been since you were in Caldeum?
Last time I passed through here was soon after meeting Mira. She wanted to stop and see the city, but I convinced her to travel on. My good memories of Caldeum feel like I'm watching someone else's life. I'll be glad for us to be gone.
How did you meet your wife?
It's actually quite a tale. We met in a town not far from here on the outskirts of Curast. She was... well, you're not going to believe it. She was locked in a cage.
She was a criminal?
No. They were going to burn her as a witch.
At least she wasn't a criminal.
Let's talk about this another time.
I take it your wife was not burned at the stake for witchcraft.
I broke her out in the middle of the night and we escaped. They didn't chase us far. I guess they were glad to see her go.
You risked your life for someone you didn't even know. Not many would do that.
She wasn't a witch. She was a mystic. Though we didn't find that out for a time. Not until we started traveling with the Vetchin wagon train. But that's a story for another time.
Did you and your wife enjoy your time with the Vetchin?
We did. They saw 2 lost souls in love and on the run. They thought it was unbearably romantic. I suppose it might have even been true. One of their mystics saw Mira's talent and trained her in their art. We traveled with them for a time, and we fell in love. Do you know what it is to love someone?
A crusader loves her faith, her shield, and her cause.
A pity. None of those can love you back.
What brought you to Tristram?
You know, I've asked myself that. It was Mira's idea. I wonder if she saw something and knew that I needed to be there to help you. Did she know what was going to happen all along?
You can never know the truth of that. What matters is that you have found a cause.
You may be right. I've work to do. Do you wonder what will happen in Caldeum now?
The people will decide their own fate.
Ashira will be there to keep the peace. I only hope they rebuild wisely. I've seen the ruin that Leoric and Diablo brought in Tristram. I would not wish it upon Caldeum.
You may notice that jewels you find enhance your already considerable abilities. I can combine similar gems to make a more powerful one. At the moment, I can only offer you a few basic pieces of jewelry. Now, if you bring me supplies, I will eventually be able to offer you exciting and exotic new designs. But it doesn't have to be just business with us. Come by and talk anytime, my friend. Ah, very interesting topic. I sell jewels.
And what is interesting about that?
Huh. Well, everybody's interested in jewels. People love them.
They are useful, but I don't love them.
I meant to say cultured people love them. I knew you would lead me to exciting and mysterious places. We should encounter the jewel I seek any day now.
How long have you sought this jewel?
A long, long time. But you know all about seeking something forever, don't you? Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is the seeking that defines you, not the finding.
Well, the finding is nice too. The strangest thing just happened. A young man accused me of being the Senside god of thieves, disguised as an elderly jeweler. Well, I understand his confusion, since I'm as handsome as a god. I gave the fellow some advice and sent him on his way.
You didn't correct the boy?
Who am I to crush the dreams of the young?
Yes. Who are you?
Well...
The people of Shansai worship 59 gods, but few are more revered than Zai, the exiled trickster god who travels the face of the world disguised as a humble merchant. Tales of his adventures range from ingenious thefts and practical jokes to more lurid exploits, none of which I'm comfortable recording here.
You're looking at me in a very strange manner.
So, jeweler, are you a god?
What does God really mean?
You're avoiding the question.
Avoiding the question? Why do you say that?
Because you answer every question with another question.
Do I really?
Ugh.
I think I was wrong about this jewel I seek. It's not in this land either. Oh, what a pity.
Why do you pursue this jewel?
Because it has killed thousands. And because I'm the only one who can hold it without harm.
Because it doesn't harm the mad?
No, because it has already taken everything from me that matters. But enough of that. I have gone too long without spiced beef and spicier wine. Do you think I could take a close look at that black soul stone? It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
No.
You think too little of me. The object of my search is as dangerous as anything. My expertise may be of some use to you. I am, after all, quite well versed in the knowledge of jewels and stones.
I have considered what we discussed, and you are correct. I know little about my past, beyond what my order has told me. But what does it matter? Look what they have done for me. They've turned me into a living weapon, a light against darkness.
Do you believe that?
What do you want from me, Crusader? The memories were taken from me. It's done.
No one can take your memories. They can only hide them.
You may be right. I will find a way to take back my memories and exonerate my order. I have thought of a way to retrieve my lost memories, but it is dangerous. I must ask you to promise me something. Should I lapse into my old sins, whatever they may be, you must kill me, as I killed Jondar.
You have my word. What is your plan?
I found a journal on Jondar's corpse, written in an ancient Templar cipher. I can translate it, but it will take some time. Perhaps studying his treachery will give me a clue into my past.
This worries you.
Jondar was once a man of faith, devoted to the Templar Order. What if he discovered something that made him betray himself? Matters not, for I must do this anyway. I have translated a strange passage from Jondar's journal. Long before he began serving Magda, he found a set of what he called key words hidden in a dusty librum. He writes that when he read these words, memories from his past returned to torment him. It was at that point that he began to mistrust the Order, though he did not say why. I am prepared to look upon these words and risk my soul. But I want you to understand something. I know I may die at any time. When I do, it must be without a single doubt that I am serving the light.
A belief unchallenged is only an idea. You are ready for this.
Thank you, my friend. But please, remember your promise. I am prepared to read these key words. I will turn the page. How odd. They are simple words. Words that I have never seen together before. Oh, I can see everything. Water on a leaf. A burning hut. Light in my mother's eyes. Oh, make it stop! It's slowing now. I can... Oh, no! No! I was a young man. A promising soldier of Westmarch. The Order recruited me. They lied to me. Piled false sins upon me.
Why do you think they did this?
I do not know. But I am sure this is why Jondar turned from the Order. He was a fool. The Grand Maester cannot possibly know what his Inquisitors have done. When I return with the tomes, he will punish them for their sins. Please, I must think on this.
Tell me, do you have any other family?
My brother and I were orphans. We only had each other.
Was he a thief as well?
No, he was a member of the city guard.
That must have caused some trouble.
Not as much as you might think. Until the end, that is.
Why didn't you become a guard like your brother?
We're not much alike, really. He was always dependable and practical. A complete bore, I'd say.
And you were drawn to trouble.
Hardly. I was just amusing myself with the Thieves' Guild. It was nothing serious.
You were on opposite sides of the law.
That may have been serious.
What happened to your brother?
Nothing you'd want to hear.
I asked, didn't I?
And then what? I suppose you'll make it all right. You'll fix it up just like another one of your little errands. Some things aren't that easy.
I will wait until you are ready.
God, and you're so noble about it too. Spare me.
You speak of women often, but have you ever actually loved one?
Ah, yes. The unreasonable one I spoke of earlier. I loved her with every inch of my heart before it went black as coal.
What happened to her?
Well, she did what all unreasonable women do. Married the wrong man.
You didn't stop them?
It wouldn't have been easy. He was my brother.
Tell me about the world you knew, Irena.
Beautiful cities towered up toward the heavens, but they were full of wickedness. The Vigerai ruled them with will's sharpest stone.
The Vigerai.
A clan of mages, bound more by their lust for power than by blood. I see that their influence has waned in this age.
Was the Prophet one of them?
Oh no, he meant to punish the Vigerai. They were the first to summon demons into this land.
Have all the Prophet's predictions come true?
Well, I did not expect you to keep company with a seraph.
Tyrael?
I knew what he was the instant I beheld him, but being in his presence makes me quite nervous.
Why is that? He's only here to aid us.
We do not deserve it. Tyrael sacrificed all he knew to aid us. I hope it is worthwhile.
You're distracted.
It is merely the consequence of seeing that which is not readily visible. I have accepted it.
I understand, but we're in unforgiving circumstances, and I'd hate to see you die.
You are right. I must pay attention. Yet, I feel as though part of me still sleeps in a faraway realm.
You have been through a lot. It will fade in time.
That would be nice. But the feeling I have indicates that it is more unpleasant and complicated than that.
Whatever happened to your sisters?
They should have awakened as well, but their mission has already ended.
How?
I sought out the closest two before I met you. They lay dead and mutilated in their chambers. The others are some distance away. I fear the worst.
Do you know who killed them?
There were traces of demonic magic upon their wounds. But surely the Prophet could have protected them. Where has he gone? I have thought more on what I am missing.
And?
Our progress seems to clarify things for me. It is difficult to explain.
If we press forward, perhaps you will remember more.
Yes. The spell that sent me to this time was bound to the Prophet. Now he is missing. And some parts of me are missing as well. Lost to the ages.
Do not let any part of yourself be lost, Irena. It's all you have.
I can try to conjure them back, but it will take a while. My skill is not so great as the Prophet's was.
Have any memories returned to you?
Yes, faintly. My sisters and I were once mere servants in the house of a great Vigerai lord.
And he taught you to wield magic?
No. I began reading his spellbooks out of curiosity and teaching magic to my sisters. Tricks, really. It was amusing for a time, but then I learned that he had begun to summon demons.
What did you do to earn the hatred of the Horadrim?
I bear the same scars they all did. They knew the truth of it. But the fools buried their heads in the sand. They thought the evils were sealed away, never to trouble us again. They needed a solution. They needed to end it all.
How did you learn of the Soul Stones?
I spent many hours with them as we hunted the three. I studied them, intrigued by their power. In the long years after our victory, I felt an emptiness within me. A bitterness that consumed my days and nights. With a soul stone of my own, heaven and hell could be brought low, and humanity could rise, unchallenged, unrestricted.
Have you located Belial?
Not yet, but I have some ideas. It is difficult. I have many advisors and other attendants close to me day and night. I will find him.
How are you able to appear before us?
They keep a close watch on me. I can't leave the palace. I stole an amulet from the Vigerai ambassador. I saw him use it before. But I don't have much time. You need to find the stone. Leave Belial to me.
You saw all the guards he had up there. Just how did he manage to sneak away?
I must face facts. The Emperor isn't going to open the gates again, is he? The poor boy's gone mad.
It pains me so, my lady. I had great hopes for him.
What should I do? I am trapped here.
So am I, my lady. So am I.
Why can't the people see that the tyranny is finally coming to an end?
The Imperial Guard have overplayed their hand. The forces of justice thwart them at every turn.
I still can't shake the feeling that something terrible is about to happen.
Sand and strife. I need to get away from it. Perhaps I'll move to Tristram. I hear it's peaceful and green there.
Why don't you come see Tilnan's new goods? You will not be disappointed, I assure you. In Caldeum, color means wealth. You don't want to look like a peasant, do you? Why not purchase some of my dyes and give yourself a little color?
The future doesn't seem so bleak anymore, thanks to you.
You should rule. All hail the hero of Caldeum.
Thank you for bringing sanity back to our city. Jaren and I owe you our lives.
Jaren?
That would be me. We hid during the bombardment, pressed together in a crevice. We had some time to, get to know each other.
He heroically shielded my body with his own throughout the entire night, and told me delightfully risque stories to keep me calm.
Happy to, my lady.
I always knew the Emperor was possessed by that demon. It explains everything.
Everything's gone the way of the burning hells around here as far as I'm concerned.
They say the demon that possessed the Emperor was Belial, the Lord of Lies.
You are a true hero.
Things have gotten out of hand over the last few days. We have all said, done, things that we regret. But that is all.